You, what's up? Oh, shit. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, I gotta make sure my mic is exactly where it needs to be because I think I need to put some gain on it maybe. Well, no, I don't need to do that because I think I'm loud enough. Maybe? Am I? Ah! Oh shit. Okay, never mind. I am. I'm just being quiet for some reason. But it is what it is. Um, yeah, it's gonna be one of those days because I'm tired. I still gotta work tomorrow. Um, but yeah, I'm not really in the mood to play anything. So I figured there are some things that I wanted to watch and check out. So I figured might as well do it on stream because it's not enough there for me to want to make an actual video on it. So I figured this is gonna be the perfect place to do it. But it should be good. I mean, there might be a couple other things I'm willing to look at. So if like you have anything you want me to check out, maybe something that I missed, then I'll check it out too. Because I've got like 3 videos at the moment that I'm looking at, but I don't really see anything else that I really want to well, no, there are some. I gotta find the right stuff. So it's just more of me figuring out what it is. But yeah, if you do have anything that you want me to check out, just let me know and I will look at it because I'm just in the mood to check out some really interesting stuff at the moment. Oh man, this is a lot. And my YouTube recommended so full of the craziest level of shit. Like, I am gonna grab like some funnier stuff just because I don't want this to be just nothing but like doom scrolling and we end up just watching a bunch of shit that's just like frustrating to watch. So it's gonna be a mix. I'm trying to get like a good handful so that way it's good. I'm here for the ride until my meds kick in. Oh, true. I feel you on that. Wait, hold the hell on. Dude, Ray? Like, Kai Cenat's Ray is on Theo Von? What the... Dude, I'm not watching that. Well, I am gonna watch it, but I'm gonna watch it later, because that's almost a 2-hour video. Dude, how did Ray... How did he not... Dude, with the way he acts... Theo Von's a comedian, Jeanne. And, Ray is the I think he's called like Asian Boy Ray or something like that on Twitch. He's the guy who got famous from Kai Cenat. You know? Like, dude, it makes no sense how Ray got on this podcast. And like, Theo Von's not like small potatoes. Dude, this video's 12 days old and it's already at 2 million views. Jesus. I gotta watch it now. I'm gonna watch it later. But it just, that's a crazy thing. Theo Von the comedian, yeah. And Ray, like Kai Cenat and Ray. That Ray. The one that Kai met, I think it was in, I can't remember what country it was. But like he met him and then like became friends and then he brought him to the US and started him in streaming and all this other stuff. Like, dude, Ray was just complaining about like how he was running out of money, but yeah, he's on one of the bigger podcasts. I think he's from Taiwan, I think. Or he's from China. It's one of the two. But it's just like, how? That's crazy. I don't understand it. But it is what it is. It's alright. Kai is lying. He has millions of dollars. Wait, what are you talking about, Derek? Are you talking about Kai or are you talking about Ray? Are you talking about Kai or Ray, Derek? Because if you're talking about Ray, there's no way. Ray does not have that much money. You're crazy. Yo, yeah, Kai does. Kai's never going to admit that he has money. Why am I shadow banned from your overlay? You're on there. I see you on here. Earlier it didn't pop up. Oh, okay. Yeah, Kai's never gonna convince anybody that he doesn't have money. The money he made from the last Mafiathon before he quit, dude, he was making stupid money. His subs alone made him a millionaire. Having 1 million subs. Yeah, Ray subsidized by Kai. Ray was making, I can't even say it because Ray was making good money streaming on his own, but Kai was still paying him an allowance. And then when Kai quit, he stopped giving them their allowance basically, and then Ray got pissed off. But now Ray's on like a super big podcast, and it's like, it depends on how much his subs were, Derek. He had 1 million subs. So if an average sub is $5, then he got around, you can't even, yeah, Ray's entitled. But no, it's not 10 to 15 million in subs. If it's $5 a sub and he's got 1 million subs, and then it's a 70-30 split. It's a 70-30 split with Twitch. Then he's not getting that much. Let's just say the baseline, okay? 5 million. That's the bare minimum, okay? At 5 million. Twitch is 30% out of that. So he would be, I don't know, shit. 25% of it would be 1.25. Yeah, but Kai's not doing that. There's no way Kai Cenat is getting 1 million subs for at $25 a sub when the majority of his audience is kids. I can look it up right now. How much was Kai Cenat charging? He charged $4.99. He charged $4.99 for a sub. A tier 3 was $25. But he had one, yeah. It says 800,000 of his paid subscribers are tier 1. So that's $5. So the other 200,000 is mixed between tier 2 and tier 3, which is 10 and 25. So either way, it doesn't matter. But you got to think about it too, where Twitch gets 30% of that. All sub revenue, Twitch gets a cut of that. So at the baseline, if all 1 million were at 5, he would be getting, let's say, like 3.75 million. So it's still an insane amount of money. No matter how you want to cut it, it's still a crazy amount of money. I know what he did, Derek. I know what he did. That's what his last Mafia-thon was. It was like I think it was like a week-long thing for him to get to 1 million subs. That was the entire purpose of the subathon, was for him to get to 1 million subs. And once he hit 1 million, the day after, he quit. Because you hit 1 million, there's really nowhere to go from there. He hit the peak. So then he stopped streaming. And that's my point. But Ray, on the other hand, and the whole reason why I brought that up is because Ray, on the other hand, is nowhere near close to that. And he's on a really big podcast, whereas Kai wasn't. And yeah, but his fashion's not really fashion either. It's him trying to do the Kanye shtick. Basically, that's what Kai did with Vivette. I mean, it's no different than Kanye doing Yeezy and doing stuff like that. I mean, it's the same. It's the same formula. That was pretty much what it was. But Ray, on the other hand, is a big personality just because of who he associates with. But I didn't think he was that big to get on a podcast like that. Because Theo Von, I think he's at like well over 1 million on YouTube, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he is. I gotta see.
Today's guest is
No, he's at, okay, Theo Von's at 5 million subs. Pretty much 5 million subs. And for him to think of Ray, Ray's he's from Taiwan. Okay. Who battles the world with limited understanding of English. Ray joined studio to talk about his quick rise to fame after a chance encounter with Kai Cenat, the beautiful differences between Asian and cultures, and the possibility is that, like, what? Yeah, but what else does these people offer, especially for people to keep their memberships with them? Oh, what are you talking about, like Kai's subs? Jeanne? I don't know. I don't know what Kai got for his tier 3 subs, but it couldn't be anything worth paying $25 a month for. I mean, there are high-end YouTube channels that charge less than that on their Patreon to get exclusive things. So I don't know. But I don't know. I thought it was a crazy thing that Ray got into a podcast with Theo Vaughn. But yeah, I got a couple of videos. We're gonna check these out. And today there's a video about Neon I want to check out. There's a video
I'm a big fan of
about iDubbbz and Anissa. There's a video about Nux I want to talk about. There's a video about Aiden I want to talk about. And then we're going to watch some funny stuff. Since he stopped streaming, he lost lots of subs. Oh, yeah, of course. Nobody's going to keep paying that money just for them not to get any content out of him. I mean, regardless, it was still there. He still broke the record, so it's still a crazy feat. Oh, Ray? That's what the I can't remember the name of the house. Yeah, Derek, it's been a long day. I'm really it's a bunch. It's not AMP. The thing that Ray's a part of is a subset of AMP. But it's Ray, Rakai, and a couple other dudes. And Kai bought a house for them to all live in and just do content in. No, it's not FaZe. AMP doesn't own FaZe. Are you crazy? What is the house name of Rakai Ray? Clover House. That's what it's called. Clover House. But yeah. It's Ray. It's Rakai. Ty Lil. They all lived together in the house. That's what Clover House was. It was a content house. Just like the AMP house was Kai Cenat, Phantom, whatever his name is. And I don't know the others. But that's what it was. So it was the same thing, but just with smaller creators that Kai brought into the fold. So he introduced all of them into streaming and got them into making content and then bought a house for all of them to live in to keep making content. But it wasn't, like, Clover House wasn't really a group. It was just guys that all were brought in by Kai Cenat to do content, to be able to make content. And then they bought a house and then they all lived there so that way they could all be close by each other, because the house that they bought wasn't far away from the AMP house, so they could just go over and they could collab and they could do all this other stuff and they could just make content and just shell it out all the time. That was the entire purpose of it. So I mean, I get it, because when you're talking about the Clover House, it was dudes from all over the place that were just brought. Like, they brought Ray from Taiwan into the US and then put him in a house for him to make content. So it is what it is. But yeah, Omizi made a video a couple of days ago about Aiden Ross, and I want to check this out. And because I've been hearing a lot of things about Aiden, and I want to see what it's about before before I actually start backtracking on everything that happened. I mean, I kind of know what it is, but I want to see if Omizi kind of summarizes everything to a point that I understand. So, let's check this out.
Before you leave, why was I banned? Because we're friends now, right? We're cool.
I wouldn't call us friends, but sure.
Oh.
I feel like I got no beef with you.
You want to play a game with me and Cuffham one night? Be honest.
Put it this way.
Oh yeah, Jana, he is a weirdo. He's a weirdo. He does the most sus shit on the planet, and I don't like it.
I feel like you and I have differing opinions, and that's fine. Because you and I, we don't really do stuff together. That's cool. Like I got no beef with you.
No. But forget opinions. Put opinions aside. Put whatever we believe aside. You know, when it comes time to play games. But you know, you don't ever want to play a game. Me and Cuffham.
Well, Cuffham, the moment I joined the call, asked me to rate him, so I'm kind of good off that. But like, cause
that's just what I ask everybody, because it's just like it's like my slogan. I'm like a character.
Over the past couple of years, the streaming industry has been so buddy-buddy. People figured out that collaborations were the key to success, and so they decided to link and build like a pack of Legos. And if people didn't want to link and build with others from different communities, maybe because they had differing standpoints, viewpoints, etc., they were the ones labeled as toxic. But sometime last year, in my opinion, there was a shift in how streamers decided to go about doing these sorts of collaborations and who they hung out with. They saw less and less benefits, more and more headaches. And I think one of the greatest examples is Adin Ross, who is now seeing this shift of people move away from him, his
Why the
content,
hell
his
is this
circle,
so low?
because of the ramifications of being linked with him and potentially just growing up. You see, Adin Ross is like Erykah Badu's biggest hit, Bag Lady. And right now, it looks like Adin Ross's back is hurting from carrying all the baggage over the past couple of years of being this controversial edgelord streamer. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe.
Yeah, and that was the thing too, is like everybody knew Aiden because of him doing really sus shit with rappers on stream and all that stuff, and it was like, I don't even want to say that it was funny, because it really wasn't. It was just off. But that's what got him, like, notoriety, was him bringing on all these rappers and doing all of this. And it blew him up, like, right out of the water. Like, more than what he was already getting.
Button, it goes a long way for the channel. Now, back into the video. Not too long ago, a bunch of streamers connected on a Discord call and played a bunch of games. And I watched it, and it felt like a very grit and bear it moment for a couple of the different streamers. I couldn't quite place my finger on it, but Senna's comments, when asked by Adin Ross to do some more collaborative streams, really stuck with me. It made it make a lot of sense.
Before you leave, why was I banned? Because we're friends now, right? We're cool.
I wouldn't call us friends, but sure.
Oh.
Put it this way. I feel like you and I have differing opinions, and that's fine. Because you and I, we don't really do stuff together. That's cool. Like I got no beef with you.
Ugh. That's got to be embarrassing. Plain and simple, Adin Ross has been losing friends in the industry, and the new people that are coming around the block don't necessarily feel the obligation to praise him or coddle him or whatever the case may be. And there's a couple reasons for that.
Yeah, and that's the true part about it. Oh yeah, 100%, Johnny, 100%. But it's that's what I don't like about streamers that have been in the game for a minute. Is that like just because you've been in it for a while, it's like you think you automatically have earned respect from anybody else that's new. And it doesn't make any sense to me. Why? Because it's not like these guys are in movies and on television. They're on YouTube. And even though YouTube is a platform that, where, these guys are becoming celebrities in their own right, and it's deserving, they just don't seem to understand that not everybody that gets on these platforms is after the same things and have the same mindsets as they do. So it's like these guys will be there and talk about collabs. Had a rough day, the wife's making you do. Hey, bro, come on, Watts. That's not even right. I don't like the way you said it. I don't like the way you said that. I don't like that shit one bit. I don't like it at all. Don't talk about my tunnel like that. That ain't right.
this. I think we can all agree that streaming has gone mainstream. And for somebody that aligns
But I mean, watch, you would know. I mean, you've been streaming for a minute. Like, why do you think that like some of these streamers that have been in the game, like dudes like Destiny and shit like that, like these guys automatically think that they deserve respect from any new up and coming streamer, when some of these guys just don't care. They just want to be in the game for the love of the game, and they're not going to sit there and pander and kiss the feet of anybody that came before them. Like, I understand that Destiny worked his ass off to get the platform that he got, but I really don't care. It's that he's not in my realm, he's not in my anything for me to give him anywhere near the respect that I would want to get. Like older streamers, like like streamers that have been in the game for a long time. Like Aiden's been in the game for a long time. You had dudes like Dr. Disrespect and all these other crazy ass people that were in the game for a long time. And when they meet these newer streamers and they talk about collabing and they talk about all this stuff, like the newer streamers have a more moral compass and a line on what where they're not gonna cross when it comes to collab with creators. So it's like, this was all about, like, Aiden Ross asking Senna why they're not playing games and collabing anymore, and Senna's basically like, look, man, me and you don't see eye to eye on things. You know? But it's like, it didn't click in Aiden's head why she wouldn't just jump on the collab just so that way he could have his name attached to it, and it's like, well, because of people don't care how long you've been in the game. It don't matter. Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to collab with you just because you're Aiden Ross. That's exactly. That's the whole thing. Like, dudes like, and that's what throws me off about like Jack Doherty and like Neon. Oh yeah, and Aiden he's a terrible human being, man. I think that dude should have been in jail a long time ago. Because between the gambling shit that he's done and all the other shit that's been going on with him, like he's nowhere near close to being clean. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like all these dudes that have been streaming at the inception point think that they deserve to have their asses kissed for eternity because they went through the trenches and they made their way. And then the people that replicate their growth are somehow beholden to them and that they owe them something. Because, oh, well, I paved the way for you, so you need to respect me for what I did for you. And it's like, I don't owe you a damn thing. I don't owe you shit. I owe myself what I have to do for my platform, and that's all I have to owe, and that's all I'm ever going to do. Unless you're vouching for me personally and you're throwing my name out there, I don't owe you a damn thing. It doesn't matter if you were in this way before me, because I'm going to be here probably after you, so it means shit to me at this point. And that's the thing, man. The style of content that Aiden was doing, it's outgrown what people are doing now. So that's why Aiden is doing the shit that he's doing now, because now he has to up the ante to the point where now shit's just going to hit the fan and it's going to ruin his career.
Itself with the name brand risk, of course that's not going to fly with a lot of people. For whatever reason, in the big age of 2026, Aiden Ross continuously platforms problematic content creators. He uses his platform to endorse.
I wouldn't even say he went through the trenches. He built his platform from rage bait, cringe activities, and celebrities in his show. Well, I'm talking about his streaming career. Like, because I think, didn't he do YouTube? I could be wrong, but it seemed to be like at the beginning he was somewhat humble, but then the second like rappers and all that stuff started knocking on his door and asking to be in his streams and all that shit, like that's when dude got completely full of himself to the point where it ruined him. Because like, well, bro, you don't know Tyga. You don't know the Migos. You don't know none of these dudes. Why do I like? I'm up there, and that's what's off. Because I mean, didn't Kai Cenat say something about like at the beginning he was crazy, but he was still humble. I think the tipping point for him being humble was the second rappers started DMing him and getting on his streams. I think that's when it ended. But I think didn't Kai Cenat say that like his manager, like Aiden Ross's manager, said something and then said the N-word or something like that, and then Aiden didn't bother to apologize or nothing like that, and then that's why Aiden doesn't mess with Kai and Kai doesn't mess with Aiden because they had that whole like tension between each other. Like it's all crazy.
You know, sometimes with his words, but even sometimes platforming them himself by physically having them come onto his show and say a bunch of nonsense. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. It's getting to the point where content creators or athletes don't know if they're going on Aiden Ross's stream to play some sort of video game and have a peaches and cream kumbaya moment, or they might end up on headlines of ESPN because some outrageous dance was done by them without their knowledge.
And why rappers even wanted to be on his shows beyond me. I don't know. I can't remember why. I know there was a reason. I can't remember exactly what it is because he was the only one that was getting like rappers and stuff on stream. And it was really surprising that he could.
Build up, spin it, flex, then look and go like this. All right. Yes. Yes. Just like a bow. Yes, just like this. All right, so do it all in one. Yo. Spin it. Flex. Do it.
In the camera.
We got you. Do it. Yeah.
Bro. That's easy.
That was all-pro wide receiver Puka Nacua, who plays for the Los Angeles Rams, a budding superstar in the NFL. Now, he's probably a young guy who grew up watching Aiden Ross and is familiar with the content, laughed and joked when he played 2K, and maybe at the sniffing seats moments during the pandemic time. So naturally, he's
That's weird as hell. Like a rapper sitting in that seat, he goes to the bathroom, you're smelling that damn seat. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you?
grown to enjoy the content. So when given the opportunity to go on his stream, of course, he jumped at it because who wouldn't want to be on stream with their favorite content creator? Now, for what it's worth, in my opinion, I think that Aiden Ross took advantage of Puka's naivety in the situation. The dance that he told Puka to do was an offensive dance, one that was anti-Semitic. Now, I couldn't find if Puka actually does said touchdown dance the next time he goes to celebrate, but the NFL does catch wind of this, and he caught a bunch of backlash from not only the talking heads on the different sports publications, but also from the NFL. So much so.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you, he probably had to pay a fine. That's probably what it is. When I appeared the other day on social media live stream, it suggested to me to perform a specific movement as part of my next touchdown. So, time I noted it was anti-Semitic in nature and perpetuated harmful stereotypes against Jewish people. I deeply apologize to anyone who was offended by my actions, as I do not stand for any form of racism, bigotry, or hate of another group of people. Why is this guy's video so low?
That he had to issue an apology. One saying that he didn't know about the racism and bigotry involved in the dance, and that he did not mean any harm by attempting it on social media. Now, for what it's worth, I do believe
that
Puka
better?
Was ignorant in the situation. But what I will say, because this is not just the place and space where I'm going to give him a bunch of grace, I don't believe that Puka didn't know who Aiden Ross was. And
I thought I had the volume all the way up, but I didn't.
If you're a fan of his and willing to go on said stream, then I would think that you would know who Aiden Ross is and about. But this is why people are looking to avoid him. The jury's out, and it is clear that being on an Aiden Ross stream is a bad PR move. This is why a league like the NBA took away their...
I don't even know if it's a bad PR move. I think if you go on an Aiden Ross stream and you're a professional athlete, it's a setup. Because Aiden Ross is going to do something to make you do something completely sus or something racist, and it's going to end up getting you fired or fined. And that's what it's been. If you're a rapper and he gets you to do some sus shit, it would destroy your credibility. and you do some racist shit as an athlete, that's a lot of problems for you.
brand deal after the recent back and forth between Aiden Ross and Doechii.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the shit he did with like the shit he talked about against Doechii. I forgot all about that shit.
And I use back and forth very, very loosely because it was basically
The reason why I remember it now is because I remember Watts talking about it, and I was like, bro, why can't he just back off? Like, why is he so butthurt about this shit? Like he talked all this shit. I'm surprised he had a deal with the NBA in the first place. True. Because he was, well, he had a connection to a lot of gambling sites as well. Especially sports betting. That was like his main thing was sports betting. It's probably how he got affiliated with the NBA to the point where like he got a deal from them. But yeah, this whole thing with Doechii, man, I saw that video Watts made on it, and it was crazy that he would just run his mouth for everything. When it came to her specifically.
Her on the timeline for probably about 2
Facts,
to 3
Bean.
to 4 weeks or so. And I'm not gonna rehash that conversation. I've made tons of videos on it, and so have others. But he used the concept that he was criticizing the music as a way to get off a bunch of takes, ones that a lot of people would call racist, misogynistic, and
Wait. So what does Aiden just have a thing for talking shit about black female rappers? Is that what this is?
disgusting and derogatory to not just Doechii, but to black women as a whole. The immature actions of Aiden Ross can be very clearly seen in how some of his peers or even people who looked up to him in the industry now treat him in 2026. Now, let me be clear. I don't necessarily subscribe to this concept. I think it's just like a lame, passive excuse for people to
Wait, because I do remember Watts saying that, like, he's had a lot of problems when it comes to, like, female black rappers. We can all have our opinions about that, but he went in on Megan. Oh, okay. But, dude, even that whole Tory Lane situation is really, it's a gray area. Like, he should have never have said anything. Like, I don't know. The people that spoke out about Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, I think were just completely stupid because there was nowhere near enough evidence out there in the public to where you could have a concrete answer on what that is. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like there wasn't enough there for you to make a really informed judgment on that. And if he's gonna stand with Tory on that, and he could be wrong, I mean, it's kind of stupid. I don't know. But I mean, it just seems to be like when it comes to male rappers, he doesn't have a problem. But then it's female rappers he has an issue with, and it just. And I remember some of the things he said about Doechii were like very race specific. And it was kind of weird because it's like, dude, that's really like you're saying some racist shit. He did the same during the Kendrick and Drake situation. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Like, Aiden seems like the most ill-informed human being on the face of the planet. He makes his opinions based on assumptions, not off of fact.
Get off the fact that they were dickheads back in the day. But Aiden Ross grew up in the edgelord era of content. I'm thinking about early IShowSpeed,
Oh, that's what I'm saying, Jeanne. That's what I'm saying. But that's what doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, dude, like, how are you gonna sit there and not come off as completely racist when you said this shit? Like, There was only one way to take this, and that was extremely racist. And it just seems to be like he's only got smoke for like female rappers. Unless they're like, unless he's sucking them off. That's the only way I can think about it, because his fan base feels the same. He had power. Oh, yeah. And that, I don't think he plays dumb. In all reality, with the way he acts, I honestly do think he is stupid. Because he's so ill-informed on a lot of things. Like, he can make very, very hard critiques about something when there's almost no evidence out there. Oh, yeah, same thing with Neon too, Jeanne. Yeah, 100%. But if you look at his opinions on things, they'll speak on shit when there's barely any evidence out. And they'll be so confident that they're correct that even if there was evidence that came out that completely contradicted it, then they probably wouldn't even change their opinion.
On himself when they would go on social media and say some of the most outrageous things in the world. Now, most of them claim that they did this for attention as a way to be put on, and that today in 2026, they don't still subscribe to any of the.
Dude, the craziest thing was Neon being with Iggy Azalea. Hanging out with Iggy like that. That's crazy.
These things. And I'm very critical of people that make commentary like this simply due to the fact that it takes more than words to impress me and convince me that you don't necessarily believe in the words that you've said. And this right here is exactly why Adin Ross has a rocky relationship with IShowSpeed and Kai Cenat. Two guys.
Okay, this is what I was talking about a second ago.
Who came up at relatively the same time as Adin Ross. Some coming up looking at him, some coming up at the exact same time, you know, Kai coming up watching Adin Ross, and both of them actually acknowledging Adin Ross to be on the Mount Rushmore of streaming. But today, for whatever reason, these guys.
Oh, Bean, it wouldn't surprise me about that. But I'm not even going based on that. I'm just going based on how they react to things. Because they react to things with no knowledge and give concrete answers when they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Can't get on a stream and collab together. And I think the reason why is because of the toxic nature that Adin Ross still continues to drag on into his content.
What's your biggest regret in life?
Putting so many people on without signing them, honestly. I'm actually serious, in my career.
Kai Cenat has been on record as to how he's felt disrespected by Adin Ross, specifically about how his manager's comments have soured him on Adin Ross as a whole.
Word to my mother, I never lie about nothing. Tav called me late at night, 4 a.m., drunk or
Fact,
off
Johnny.
something, out his mind. I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm flying. He calls me, he says, hey, bro, Adin having a birthday party, so you need to be here by tomorrow, bro. We'll send you a jet. We'll make sure everything, we'll send you a jet. We'll make sure you're good. We'll fly you out there, bro, if you can. He calls me at 4 a.m. He wants me to be there the evening of the next day. I tell him, I say, yo, Tav, I don't think I could be able to do it, but I'll let you know, bro. I'll let you know if I'll be able to do it, but most likely is last minute. I don't think I'll be able to do it. He said, okay, just let me know, bro. We gonna have the jet. We gonna make sure the jet good for you. Then he gonna tell me, I'm with Adin right now. He losing millions in this and shit. If he keep this up, I'm gonna go with the FaZe guys. Niggas talking about snakes. The closest ones will do the most to you, nigga. Tav is a white man, by the way. He proceeds to say, from Nike to McDonald's, but bro, keep it real, bro. Nigga, a chicken Big Mac, nigga? Nigga, a chicken Big Mac, nigga? He on my phone calling me the N-word at 4 a.m. in the fucking morning.
And when you combine situations like.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. How the fuck do you call somebody that early in the morning and say some shit like that? Yo, that's crazy.
like that, or the shady business deal as to how Aiden Ross tried to get Kai Cenat signed to Kick, or the constant jabs at Kai Cenat when it comes
And Ross responds to Kassan speaking on mental health. We're all streamers. There's people in third world countries getting killed. Bro, Aiden, at the rate you're going, bro, you're gonna wish you were in a third world country.
to him in the mental health space, or him when it comes to, you know, being asked with donating water to Mr. Beast's charity event.
So again, Beast, Train, I think XQC donated. I'll donate my 400K when Kai donates 400K, and if Kai doesn't donate 400K, I'll donate 100K. Not wrong with that. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. I specifically Beast was trying to get, you know, him on it, so that's it. My 100K, we were literally gonna wire it tomorrow.
It becomes very clear and evident why Kai Cenat will want to steer.
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole thing. When it comes to streamers like this, these guys want to sit there and do the shit that they do. But then when it blows up in their face, then they want to blame it on a character, or they want to blame it on all these other things. And it's like, no, just admit that you're a bad person. You're a shit human being. Like, it's not... And that's the thing, man, is if you come out and you just admit that you're a shit human being, there are still people that will watch it. And if people know what to expect from you, then you can have a curated audience that are there for you. But if you try to come off as like this humble person that looks out for everybody and does all these things, and then come to find out you're doing some weird shit behind closed doors, and you're acting like all this, like it'll ruin you. You just gotta know when to say what it is. Call a spade a spade. And it's like, if you're an asshole, then say you're an asshole. Easy. Don't be like, oh no, bro, I love everybody. I love everybody. And then you see his Dochi videos. And it's like, bro, you can't say you love everybody if that's the way you feel about her. Like, bro, the things that you said about Dochi could be spread to the entire black community. But yeah, you think that just because you said Dochi's name, then that automatically fucking kills every other assumption about who you are as a human being. Like, no. What you said, even with the context, it still paints black people in a certain light, especially black women. And it's like, bro, then we know who you are. We know. It's there. We don't have to guess. We can point our finger at it and we can say, there it is, right there. It's like, bro, just be like, there is going to be a crowd of people that are going to flock to you being that way. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, Nick Fuentes has fans, and that dude is a straight up racist. He has been all about like bringing back segregation. He has been all about everything that's been erased over time when it comes to like commingling between like both races coming together. Nick Fuentes wants to erase all of it. But the thing is that Nick Fuentes puts it out there for the world to see. He's not hiding it. So people know, okay, I'm not going to watch him because that's not who I am. And I don't want to associate with people like this. But then you have people like Aiden that want to sit there and portray themselves like they're for everybody. But then you hear the way they speak about a certain person, and then their mask slips off, and it's like, no. That's how you feel about everybody in that race, bro. Because that's not just a singular person trait that you're trying to tie that to. That shit applies all over. You just don't want people to think that you think that way. So you're just trying to shroud it within, no, it's just this person. That's what it is. And that's crazy. Just be who you are, and then people can know whether or not they want to fuck with you or not. That's simple. And if they don't want to fuck with you, then leave it be. Let people who are there for you be there for you. Quit trying to play a character. That's what it is. Oh, should I call it? Not for his comments he made, but they really didn't. It was YouTubers who was on his ass. Oh, yeah. Just lie. They allowed, said something and condemned, aka for him being, or towards the teenage boy again. YouTubers called his ass out. These streamer guys made excuses and still hang with him. No backbone. Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. And it's like, bro, when Ye did the shit that he did, the character they play, how they make, or say, yeah, that's the problem with streamers, especially streamers that have been in the game for a while. That's been my main problem with them, is that they put on a character, and it's like, dude, it's gonna show who you're gonna end up. It's gonna end up slipping, and people are gonna find out who you really are, and you're gonna lose it all quickly. It's like when Ye started doing all that anti-Semitic shit. It's like, okay, he might have schizophrenia, but does that completely negate what he said? And no, it doesn't. He said the shit, he did the shit, and it caused a lot of people to turn away. Like, I'm still gonna listen to Homecoming. I'm still gonna listen to his older albums because I can't give those albums up. They're just way too good. But anything past that point, I can't. Like, I still want to go buy a pair of Yeezys. Am I gonna get looked at crazy for wearing them? Yes. Are they comfortable? Yes. Are they expensive? Yes. Probably still gonna buy them. I don't care about the association. And it's like, if I play stronger in the car, people might get upset. But it's like, this version of Ye, I'm fine with. The Ye that y'all are thinking about is what it is. You know? But it's like, when it comes to these streamers, they think about it before they even turn the camera on. They're like, well, I'm going to act this way, and I'm going to be this person, I'm going to do this. And as long as I keep this up, I'm going to be rich because everybody's going to love me. And then over time, it starts to slip out, and you're showing bits and pieces of who you really are. And then eventually it completely gets brought out into the light. Whether it's through text messages, whether it's through tweets, whether it's through videos or live streams or shit that people are doing, like if they catch you outside, like it's gonna catch up with you. Who you really are in the real world is gonna catch up with you. So playing a character isn't gonna do you any good. It might get you a small boost, but that boost is gonna go away when people see who you really are and they all leave. It's just stupid.
Away from an Aiden Ross type figure, especially as
I can separate the art from the artist, but I'm not buying shit from him. No, I'm not going to buy anything from Ye personally. But like most of the shit that he made that I'm willing to buy, he don't own anymore. So I'm going to buy it. Like, bro, I can't. Look, man, hold on. Like, bro, how do you look at these and tell me you don't want to wear these comfortable ass things?
Talking about Yeezys?
Yes.
Fucking ugly.
They might be ugly, but these are comfortable. See, and they're $150 at a size 7. You go to my size, they don't even have them. They don't have them. Oh, they're 100. Wait, hold on. They're 149. Dude, they've dropped down so much. They have dropped down a lot. They're cheaper. They're cheaper. All right, now I'm definitely buying Yeezys now.
No.
Yeah, I am. You're crazy. You ain't gonna.
Fucking.
I bought knockoff versions from Wish,
And they're ugly.
and they were like I can almost be 100% real with you. They were a 1-to-1 of these. They looked exactly the same. The laces were the same. Everything, the toe cap, the sole, every bit of it was the same. I put them on. I wore those motherfuckers until they fell apart. I wore them that much. They were that comfortable. They were like walking on pillows. They were hella comfortable. I would wear these things until the only way people would get me off of them is if they lit them on fire. That's it. That's how comfortable these are. So yeah, $149 when, newsflash, I paid $130 for a pair of Nike Dunks that ruined the back of my heel. So yeah, for an extra $25 and I can be comfy. How much were the Wish ones? I think I paid like $25 for them. The Wish Yeezys that I bought forever ago. They were forever ago. You remember them, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Yeezys that I bought off of Wish.
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember when you got them though.
They were back when we were living way out there. It was way before we moved.
I know. I didn't buy them. I don't know.
But I think they're like 25 or $30. It was forever ago. I can never find them again. I tried. Even when they fell apart and I went to go try and buy another pair, I still could never find them. Jeanne said hi. She said hi. But yeah, I could never find them again. If I could find them again, I would be buying them like nobody's business. Because what, they lasted me almost
Freaking fences.
they lasted me almost a year, right?
I think.
They lasted me about a year. For $25 shoes, they lasted me a good minute. And those were the shoes I wore exclusively. I wore them everywhere. I wore them in the house because they were more comfortable than slides. And I wore them outside if we went and did anything. Like if we went to Walmart or we went to the mall, I put those things on because then my fucking feet never hurt. It was the best $25 I've ever spent. If there was a point in time where I could say, what money did you ever spend that was 1,000% worth it? And I would say the $25 I paid for knockoff Yeezys. I'd be perfectly content with that. I would have spent $50 on those Yeezys. I still would have been happy. Because I didn't have hurt ankles.
He's trying to transition into this new journey of content creation.
Oh, now I forgot.
Especially here and evident why Kai Cenat will want to steer away from an Aiden Ross type figure, especially as he's trying to transition into this new journey of content creation, you know, creative endeavors, etc., etc. Not only
Yeah, but Kai Cenat's new version of content is a high school student. I know he graduated high school. I don't know if he went to college. But him learning to read. And it's like, dude, how did you graduate high school? Like, English is a requirement to graduate. How did you graduate? I don't understand.
are you still clinging on to the race-based edgy jokes that we used to get into when we were 12 years old that are one, offensive, and two, not sponsor friendly, but two, you also keep taking these weird jabs at my career and at my mentality and state that I'm going through.
You got to look at and see how Kai came up. He was doing Facebook.
No, there's requirements. There are requirements. You have to pass classes to graduate. What's in his mouth? Oh. How do you mean learning to read? He legit. I'll have to show you, Jeanne, but there are words he can read, but it's the words that he gets tripped up on are words you learn in middle school. And it's how did you graduate high school if you can't do that? it doesn't click to me. I don't know. I'm going to go on a tangent if I go on about Kai Cenat not being able to read. But he doesn't need a tutor. Him not being able to pronounce those words is more than enough evidence to show that the school system has failed people. Because I think he couldn't even pronounce misinterpret. And it's like, how? That's a middle school term. I didn't even graduate high school. I dropped out in 10th grade and I know what that word is. But that's not my thing, Jean. Like, I'm a high school dropout, and I know those words. He graduated, and he doesn't. That's what's crazy. But he's a lot younger than I am, too. How old is Kai? I don't even think he's 30. He's 24. He was born in 2001. So, let's see. He started school right at the beginning of and that's honestly sad because they have a lot of young people watching them and wanting to be like them. That's my point. It's like, dude, he did school. So he started school at the beginning of Obama's term, I think. That would be the case. Because 2001, that's when 9/11 happened. And that was when Bush was still in office. But I mean, I don't even care. That's not even my point. Kai Cenat reading. Look, I'm going to show you this.
It makes my love for her conditional. Shit. On no specific traits or actions, as if I could stop loving her.
Kai Cenat recently.
Yeah, frequently sharing videos where he struggles with words, sounds them out, looks up the definitions, like dichotomy. Being a streamer is the most coveted career by kids. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, dude, firefighter? Like, firefighter was, like, the shit. Because when you were in elementary school, that fire truck would pull up to the school, and you would sit inside of it, and you would play with the siren, and you would do all that, and dude, everybody wanted to be a firefighter. Well, then, I don't care.
I want to be a veterinarian.
But this is like, it's just like, it just throws me off how somebody graduated high school but can't figure out words that you learned before you even got into high school.
Facebook little like acting.
We do not need any more streamers. They need to go learn a trade or take a college course. 100%. See, and that's where everything goes. Like, I never even thought about, like, making content or streaming or anything like that. Because, like, back when I first got into YouTube, like, that was at the beginning, like, before people were even getting paid. So I never thought you could make a career out of it. I thought it was just something you did for fun. But then, like, the older I got, it's like, okay, well, I watch YouTube a lot. And there's a lot of things that I want to say. So, like, why don't I just give it a shot? And then I picked it up, and then I started doing it.
Like on these little Facebook things. And
Really?
Then I have a
At least a college course so they can learn tax laws and accounting to keep track of their money. They won't even do that. Look, man, I don't even care about going to college. Like, take a trade. Working construction. Do shit like that. Because those guys are going to be on short supply. The longer this shit goes and the more generations occur, there's going to be fewer people that are going to be willing to get up 150 feet off the ground to stand on 2x4s and build a wall. Like, that shit's going to start coming down to, like, very little to none. Like, and plus on top of that, not everybody can do this shit. Like, not everybody can be a streamer or a content creator. You gotta, I don't blame anyone for streaming. I just think social media has a lot of negatives as well as positives. I'm saying it, they will stream. So they don't get finessed by these accounts they have. They can also know how shit works. Yeah, I mean, I get that. But I don't even think that, like, you've got to be a specific type of human being to be able to do this shit. Like, I know people that, you know, say that they're tough. But then if they get pressed on anything, you can see it visibly hurts them.
That's why I can't do this shit.
But, like, dude, hold on. I'm going to show you. I don't know, Jeanne. I don't know, Bean. I don't know if you guys ever looked at it. But I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you what this is really quick.
If you've been paying
Like, look at, like there, like this, they got enough money, they can hire a tutor to make it plain for them. It's about their own money. I know I want to know what's going on rather than all my trust in a person or organization when my money. Oh, 100%. But that's the thing, is like, Kai is the head of his organization. And it's like, dude, if you're coming up and you're starting on your own from the bottom, I don't know if it's even worth getting involved in, like, MLMs or anything like that. And I don't know. I don't think that it's worth it. Because MLMs have been slowly just showing over time that it's not in the interest of the creator. It's in the interest of the MLM. And those guys are pocketing, like, stupid amounts of money. And it's like, as long as you know how to pay your taxes, you can do this shit by yourself. You can handle everything on your own. Like, at the most, you hire a couple of people to do, like, your editing and to make sure you post on time and to do shit like that. But, I mean, other than that, there's no point. You pay somebody to sit there and handle, like, all your sponsorships and all that other stuff. It's going to come to a point where they're going to start pocketing your own money and you don't know about it. And then you're going to end up realizing how much money has been lost over time. But it's like, it takes a certain type of human being to do this shit. Like, I can't remember. I think it was this one.
I mean, what other channel?
No, I can't remember the video that it was. But I made a video. It could be this one. About 5150. Like, that kind of threw me off. Because they were basically telling me that, like, don't forget about Umar, don't forget about the 3 wars, don't forget that nobody got their stimulus check. And it's like, okay, that's not the shit I want to speak on. It's like if you start seeing that people are just gonna start telling you what they want to do and try to force it upon you, and then they're shitting on you, it becomes a problem. Like, especially like, oh, it's my Tectone video. This one got a lot of people mad. Like, people were comparing Tectone to Johnny Depp. Like, he's saying they're going through this. Like, people were saying they're just basically on their soapbox, just sucking him off left and right instead of looking at the facts. And it was crazy to me how people are just going to sit there and just stand by a guy who's giving you no proof of his innocence, no nothing. But yet, you're going to call me out for calling him out on his bullshit. It didn't add up to me. I don't get that. So, it was a whole bunch of garbage, and it irritated me to no end. But it is what it is. And that's my thing in a nutshell. Like, if you can't handle the sycophants that follow these creators, especially if you're going to speak on them, if you don't have the nerve to be able to handle that negativity that you're going to get, I don't think you can do this. You got to be able to handle everything, the good and the bad. And I mean, there has been a couple of comments that like I streamed a video like a while ago, and I privated it because it was kind of cringy, so I left it alone, and I took it off of it being public. But I streamed a video about Hassan, and I kind of went off, and I got really upset about Hassan because Hassan was just frustrating me to no end. Because everything I was seeing was just about Hassan, and it was aggravating me. So I streamed for like almost 2 hours talking about him, and it was just comment after comment after comment telling me that my channel is cooked, that I'm worthless, that I don't need to be opening my mouth, that I need to just delete my channel, that I just need to end everything. And it's like, I was like, okay, you act like I give a shit for one. And it's just like, if I couldn't make it through that, then there was no way I was going to make it in any other case. Because those dudes were on my ass when I talked about Hassan. Like, dudes were mad. I thought that the people that were after Asmongold, that came after me for Asmongold, I thought that was bad. But then I thought about that Hassan video, and I was like, yeah, I think it's going to be worse. And the thing is like, people keep saying that I only talk about people on the right, and it's just like, no, I'm going to talk about people on the left. But it's just, I get bombarded with so much news about people that are on the right, that's just what I talk about. But there are plenty of people on the left I really can't fucking stand. Like, Destiny and Hassan are both one of them. And I know the day I make both of those videos, it's going to be a problem. I know it is, 100%.
DM from him, and he's like, yo, bro, I want to get in the stream, blah, blah. And then, like, the E-dates, and then after the E-dates, it's like, then he started doing stuff, and then it's like, now it's like, boom. He just took off.
And in a more quiet way, IShowSpeed has done basically the same thing. Distanced himself from Aiden Ross, somebody he used to collaborate with as he's gone on his new transformative journey to become more of a, I would even quote unquote say, radical streamer who exposes some of the things about, you know, the world is becoming more socially acceptable.
Yeah, but he's not a radical. Speed's calmed down compared to what he used to be. Destiny fans might agree with you. I don't know if they would be. In all reality, I honestly don't think that they would. Because I honestly think that Destiny is a creep. And I honestly think that he should not be getting the pull that he gets. And he shouldn't be getting pushed the way that he does. Like, I don't think that just because he's a great debater, that it should automatically negate all the terrible shit that he's done. I think he should have lost his platform. I mean, but I don't think that any of his fans would agree with that. Because those guys, if they got a chance to fly to Miami and run into that man for half a second, they would get on their knees and they would suck him off for free. That's how crazy his fans are. And it's so different than Hassan's. Hassan's are the same. It's so different than Asmongold's. Asmongold's are the same. It's just crazy to me that these people that are preaching these ideologies that nobody's seeing them for the inconsistencies and nobody's seeing them for the bullshit that they produce. And the shit that they do behind the scenes, like Hassan getting tied to that brothel that had a minor in it, Destiny sharing sexual videos with a minor, Tectone not having proof that he wasn't stalking and essaying his ex. It's like, dude, okay, there's shit here that you guys are not seeing. And if you are seeing it and you're just letting it slide because you like him as a person, then you're the reason why there's shit wrong in the world in general. But it's like those are the same people that'll sit there and bitch because the Epstein files aren't out in the open, but yet they sit there and they back up creators like this. You think Destiny's fans are the same as Hassan and Asmon's? I don't know. I think they're a little less brainwashed, but I could be wrong. No, I think they're all the same. I think they are all the same. Like, Asmongold wants to fully believe that he is not living in an echo chamber, but he is living in one of the biggest echo chambers in the world. I think Hassan and Asmongold are two sides of the same coin. Their fan bases are both just as rabid and just as brainwashed. Because if you talk to an Asmongold fan about Hassan, they will speak the exact same talking points that Asmongold says about Hassan. And if you ask an Asmongold fan about, an Hassan fan about Asmongold, they'll repeat Hassan's talking points about Asmongold. They don't ever come up with their own ideas. They just parrot speak the creator's words. And I don't think Destiny is any different. Destiny doesn't have a lot of people that challenge him. I've seen him get challenged in his live chats, and if it comes to anywhere near close to annoying him, he'll just ban you. I've watched him ban people for asking him a question about something, and because he didn't like how the question was asked, he just bans them. So he's no different. He's living in an echo chamber as well. The only people that he gets pushback on are people that are not in his orbit. And the people that are in his orbit that push back end up not being associated with him after a long time. It's an insane thing to think about. But it just seems to be like the more politically brained that you are on your platform, it pushes a narrative that you have to live in an echo chamber. And I think that's where we are. Like, Tectone was just basically nothing but gaming. And then, quote unquote, Kirk got justice. And then all of a sudden, Tectone has to speak about right-wing talking points. And it was all for a grift. He admitted it was for a grift. Because nobody's going to sit there and say that because Kirk was taken out, that you had to be the voice for him. It's like, no, you didn't. So now we know it's a grift. Just by you saying that shit, you prove that it's a grift. It's just, I don't know. It's stupid. It's ridiculous, and I don't understand it, and I'm never going to understand it. But when it comes to people like that, that's exact. If you look at all their fan bases and you watch them simultaneously when they speak on other creators, you'll see that they're the exact same.
And is ascending to new heights. No longer is he hanging around this dude who is associated with the name Brand Risk. No. He's doing his own damn thing, and it's far away from Aiden Ross. I think another reason why people...
Oh, yeah, Bean. Look. Hold on.
My problem with that
If
is
you
that I
go,
think it's
if you go through this entire catalog, it's a lot. It's a lot. This is all because of Destiny. Every bit of this is because of Destiny. Like, and ABBA was a part of this too. Even though ABBA, like, once all this shit came out about him sending all that sexual stuff to that girl who was underage, ABBA backed out and didn't associate with Destiny anymore. But at one point in time, like, ABBA was, like, in deep with Destiny. Like, super in deep with Destiny. Like, he would be on streams. He went to Destiny's place and hung out with him. Like, ABBA was in it. And, like, this right here.
Steven, are you ready to take accountability?
I don't understand why you're acting like I'm just like this, like.
Listen to this shit.
The reason why I'm acting like you're a useless retard is because of the fact that when you speak on these topics, you speak so assuredly, and then you're pretty, you're pretty on the edge of being extremely disrespectful. But beyond that, after you're called out on it, then your fallback is I was confused, or I haven't thought these things through, or I was being hypocritical, or whatever. And I'm just like, bruh, if you're not even gonna own the subject,
You'd rather me not acknowledge that I have shortcomings?
I would rather you not.
And just for anybody's awareness, this is peak Destiny. Everything after this is dog water doo-doo. This was real fucking content. This is content where I literally sat in front of a screen for 2 fucking hours and I watched every second of this. Because this was that good. The drama was perfect. It was incredible.
Have conversations if you don't think.
I do think. What do you mean? I still stand by 90% of what I said about sex work.
No, you are like soup
shut up,
when it comes to these conversations.
No, shut up, thank you.
So
No,
I
I
just
think
want
that
to
we
be
definitely.
Johnny, I know you don't know who Destiny is? Logix has spoken about Destiny a lot. Well, quite a bit. No, I wouldn't say a lot, but Logix has definitely spoken about Destiny. And I think Watts has. Verifies. Oh, yeah. Babe. Have no idea. Didn't know who Asmon was either. I'm learning from. Okay, Jeanne, if you want to see peak internet, like, I don't know how old this is. I think this is like during pandemic. Like, this is like a little post-pandemic. 2022. All you gotta do is look up Destiny Mr. Girl Lab Drama. And you look at this shit, it is peak. Like Good Housewives of New York ain't got shit on this. This is content. And then Destiny just had to fuck it up and start going on about the election and all this other shit. And now only thing Destiny talks about is politics, and he doesn't bring any drama into his streams. He completely killed it. Like, for him not even having 1 million subs, he had almost 750,000 views on this. And this is what he was at. That's what he's at now, 861K. Oh, yeah. Brittany Simon, Stardust Cherry, Pixie. Like, and this all stemmed because ABBA started talking shit.
We definitely have different.
But, like,
What did you just say to me?
This is prime content. Like, when this shit started happening, I couldn't stop watching it. This was the only thing that I would listen to. I would listen to this at work. I would listen to this in the car. I would listen to this when I was going to bed. This was peak. I was more hooked on this than most TV shows that I've watched. That's how good this was for me. Because this was just, like, shit talking. It just like crazy shit.
You need to shut up.
Yeah, I
Not-
did. I think that we
not
have
very
different
polite.
thought patterns. I
If
think
you would have
that-
added the B word, I honestly would have been upset. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, I can see that about you. You're very sensitive and emotional. But I
Oh,
think
using that as an insult.
Why? Laugh.
That
Why?
wasn't an insult.
Laugh. Why? Why? Abba's so nice. Why?
Well, Abba, no, hold on. Abba came in a little heated towards her. She can be heated.
Abba's
Abba is
giving
not
her
nice.
now.
Don't
No, Abba's
run
not-
cover for. Stop running interference for him.
Yes. Don't. How are you saying no?
Okay, and Jeanne, just so that way you know, the dude that's named Mr. Girl in this is Destiny. But there's a guy in here named Mr. Girl. Mr. Girl is also known for his take on the movie Cuties. Destiny Drama is the real deal. How does he do it for all these years? But that's the thing, man. Destiny hasn't done any drama in a good minute. Like, after this, after the Orbiter Civil War, like, after this happened, he just mainly does politics now. And it's like, dude, you killed the whole vibe of the channel. Like, this was perfect. But no, you just had to ruin it. Talk about Biden, talk about Trump, and do all this shit. I don't care. I want to hear you call Lab a bitch. That's what I want to hear. That's what I came here for. That's what got me hooked into the channel, and that's what I wanted to be here for, and then you took it away. But Mr. Girl is known for his take on Cuties, and it's because he has the same exact feelings about Cuties as Sneeko does. He thinks that the movie is good. Whereas the entire rest of the world thinks that it's not. Because of what it is.
You're saying that
Cuties was the thing about the girls that were basically...
Like they were dancers or something like that.
Yes. And people were upset that they actually got children to be able to dress in that type of skimpy outfits and stuff like that. And then Netflix ended up removing the movie. But there are some dudes online that swear by it. Oh, it's a good movie. The story is great. It's like, bro, you're not watching that shit for the story. Don't even fucking play me like that. You're not watching that shit for the story. Yeah, Bean, exactly.
That's
Lab
because
is
you're
allowed to
reframing
call
what
somebody-
I'm saying. You're chipping away at what I'll tell you the prescriptions. I love telling you what to do. If you want me to tell you what to do, I'll fucking tell you.
That guy that's talking, that guy that was talking right there, that's Mr. Girl.
Question. Wait. Why would Destiny or Steven need to protect grown adults from their own fucking choices?
you're so wrong.
You have no
I
fucking
don't
idea the
want
shit
to
I've
talk
been
to
through
you
for you.
about this. I don't want to talk to you about this.
Okay.
I'm willing to be civil in a group conversation with you, but you tried to destroy my life, and because of that, I'm never gonna talk to you
I
again.
tried to destroy. I deleted the tweet again within an hour.
It doesn't matter.
Right?
It doesn't
I
matter.
deleted it
It
within
doesn't
an hour.
matter.
I
We're done.
apologized
Stardust, we're done.
multiple
We're
times.
done.
I've never
Stardust,
fucking called you
you
a
and I,
pedophile. I've
you and I,
defended you on multiple,
it doesn't matter.
multiple
Nothing
occasions.
you
I have
did,
a
nothing you
large
did.
history of being a Me Too
It doesn't
skeptic.
matter.
I
And let
did
him
you-
stand,
I
let
did
him
not
stand,
give you
let him stand
permission
as the
to
captain
that
of
all
the
on his
let
own.
him stand.
Okay?
Oh my god,
That's not
stop.
my
All
fucking
of your
business.
Like, dude, this
voices
is so
drowning me
crazy.
out. You should let him stand as the captain of the ship.
He is standing.
Tall,
That's how tall,
tall
he
and
is.
strong.
That's
Shut the
up.
f up. You should let him stand.
A perfect
Okay.
example of this is the Anna situation.
I'm actually about to actually nuke you from orbit. Lav, this is one of the things where you're too young and actually stupid to even begin to comment on. If you do this, I'm gonna I'll actually lose my shit.
Right. If you're saying you're gonna stop, you're gonna nuke her from. You're saying you're gonna.
Let's do
nuke
it!
her from
I changed my
orbit.
mind! Let's do it!
Go off,
Hold on.
go off,
No,
sis.
sorry,
Do it,
hold on.
Steve.
I completely
Go
changed my
on.
mind. Lav, I give you permission. Go. Dude, no, go ahead. Go ahead, bring it up.
Stop
Let's do it.
You
Let's
want
go.
to
Let's
stop
go.
it?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Before
This is how
respond,
crazy
I
this
don't
shit
wanna
is.
have judoed you into having to listen to this.
No, I want to. I'm excited.
But your first response to
Bro,
it was,
you
I'm
see-
gonna cut ties with you.
You see that chat stream going up? That's his live chat. That's his real live chat as this was happening. Like, it was insane, dude. This shit was crazy.
You pressed me on this.
He thought about
Go.
it. This
I
is
thought
the
about
best
it.
way
You're
to
right.
handle
I was wrong.
matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he said after he thought about it. I just want it to be acknowledged that when Lav says, "Hey, I think you mistreated this person really publicly, and I want to press you on it," his first response was, "I will cut ties with you."
I have the right to do that. I don't even know if
Then
Lav
you
benefits
do.
that much from
I'm
being
not-
on my platform. No, you're saying I don't.
not saying-
You're saying that as part of my response. You're playing the fucking word game again. You're so abusive with the way that you talk, okay? You're doing this double speak where you're like, you
Dude.
have the right to do it, but you're arguing that I ought not to do it, okay? You know what I mean when I say that. Stop trying to dance around the 3 or 4 different definitions you can describe a word at any point in the conversation. You're saying that I ought not to act in a certain way, and I'm saying I can't do that. And you're saying, well, technically you can do that, but that's not what we're talking about. Hold on, stop. You're telling me that it is unethical for me to tell Lav that I don't want to have that conversation with her because it's an abuse of my power. Can you give me a yes or no to that? Or you can use a sentence, but explain what if I'm allowed to do that.
My question was, do you acknowledge?
I don't know why you're asking me a question. I'm asking you, is it ethical for me to tell Lav I don't want to talk about that, or I'm going to kick you off of here? Is that an ethical thing for me, or is that unethical? Answer that question.
I don't know.
Dude!
Oh, I love
Can I
it.
explain?
Yes, do
Can I
it.
explain?
Yes, explain it. I want to hear.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, go. I'm sorry, because earlier it seemed like you implied exactly that, but go ahead.
I know. Let me explain
Yes,
myself, and
explain
then
it.
you'll understand.
Okay, help me.
My question was, do you see that that is a very defensive reaction? That was all I asked, and you said, but I have the right to do it.
What are
I
you
was not
implying when
asking
you say
I was-
defensive?
Wait, stop. Nothing. I'm actually asking you.
You're
do you
not
see
implying
that Lav-
anything?
Let me
Dude.
finish explaining this to you. This is a complicated
Okay,
idea
go for it.
that
I will never join DGG chat. Even if YouTube chat got nuked, I would rather sit in purgatory. Dude, that's how crazy this shit was. That's how crazy this shit was. Like, dude, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. It was crazy. I really, dude, y'all ever get a chance, watch this shit. Like his fight with Lav right here, takes the kid gloves off. Like, dude, like they talk about like here, bridge collapse, Destiny gets called out on a panel and the bridge burns. Lav's allegations. Lavlin cries, complete mental breakdown. Like, dude, this shit is just peak. It's peak. It's peak internet. Like, oh my god, dude, I could watch this shit all day long and I would be fine with it. No, he didn't burn Abba. Abba burned him. Because when all the allegations came out and then come to find out he was sharing pretty much anybody that Destiny was hooking up with, he videotaped them hooking up. But then he would pass those videos around to other people that he was potentially hooking up with. And when that happened, he sent some of that shit to a person that was 17. And then once that happened, dude, everything hit the fan. And then he had a lawsuit going on. Somebody was suing him for sharing the video that they were in of them hooking up. And she didn't want any of that to get sent out into the world. And he sent it out anyways, and then it all got leaked through Kiwi Farms. So then she sued him. And then after that, Abba was like, hey, bro, you're living a messy life. I'm not going to take part in it. So I'm going to back out and I'm just not going to talk to you. And then he backed out. But before then, him and Abba were cool. They would hang out. They would be on stream. They would talk. They would have debates. Abba flew from Canada all the way to Miami to go and hung out with Destiny and did a stream with him and stuff like that. Like, they were cool. But then once Destiny's sex life got the best of him and it caught up with him out in the open, then Abba was like, no, man, I'm not gonna get messy like you are, so it's done here. And then he never associated with him again. So, but yeah. Now because I brought this shit up, now I'm gonna watch this shit again. Cause dude, this shit's got me hooked. Just this intro alone hooked me all over again, and now I have to watch it again. This takes me back to a good time in the world. I mean, it's possible being they could be cool off stream. But I mean, when Abba finds out like you're doing some shady shit behind the scenes, Abba just doesn't seem like the person to want to associate with you anyways after that. Why would you even share those types of videos in the first place? It's supposed to be for yourself and the partner. That's weird. But it wasn't the partner. He had an open relation. He had an open marriage. Like, he was married, but they were in an open thing. So they were just hooking up with everybody. And any girl he would hook up with, he would video. And then he would share those videos with the next girl that he was trying to hook up with. And it just kept going and going and going and going. And then he sent it to a 17-year-old, and then that 17-year-old leaked it out to Kiwi Farms, and then Kiwi Farms got the whole spread of everything that I think there was like 20 videos in total of what he was doing. What was the reason for that? Too freaked out? What do you mean by that, Jeanne? I don't. Oh, he freaks me out too. Who's even a sexual? A lot of people. Jeanne, I promise you, you would be surprised the amount of booty that this dude has. And when I say booty, I mean it literally and figuratively, because he is bisexual, so he gets both men and women. But yeah, there's a video of him and Nick Fuentes out there. Like, and when I mean a video of him and Nick Fuentes, I mean exactly what I'm trying to imply here. Like, it's no joke. I'm saying that's too freaked out, as in freaky, where that's a thing to show the next human's sexual videos, open marriage or not. But that was his way of convincing another girl to hook up with him. Because I guess he would say like some wild shit sexually to a girl, and they'd be like, no, I don't believe you can do that. He'd be like, oh yeah, well here, now you can see me do it in real time. Wait, I heard there was some video or something, but it was Nick Fuentes? Yeah. Yeah. I think it was Nick giving it to him, or him giving, I don't remember who was giving to who, but it was him and Nick Fuentes doing some sexual shit. So when Nick Fuentes sits there and talks about, like, he wants a woman, but then he doesn't want to marry them because they're gay if you're married to a woman, and it's like, bro, we know what you do behind closed doors. The video was leaked forever ago. Like, it's been out there. Like, you can say what you want, but it's been there. Yeah, exactly, Jeanne. It just doesn't, it didn't make any sense, but apparently the only people he would go after were like BPD, like crazy freaks of nature. Like, what I mean by freak of nature, I'm talking about like in the bedroom. So they were just like going crazy. So I think it was just a normal thing. But then he fucked up and sent it to a person that was underage, and then it ended up getting leaked out for the world to see. And then there's videos of him with dudes. There were videos of him with girls. There was videos of him with his wife. It was all over the place. It was crazy. Like, the shit that was sent to that minor was insane. I think the Kiwi Farms leak, the thread. Oh yeah, 100%, Johnny, 100%. But like the thread on it, I think it was like 20 videos that got leaked to Kiwi Farms of everything that he was doing. It was crazy what was happening. But yeah, it's like, this is my problem with Destiny. It's like, if he would have just been a normal human being and not done all the shit that he did, and, you know, kept drama in the streams and did all that, you know, it would probably have benefited him so much more. But because he's a sexual freak, he stagnated his own career. And that's what was crazy about the whole thing. Like, he's a legit deviant. I don't know if I want to check this out or not. It's only 8 minutes, so. But yeah, I do want to check out this thing about Nux. But yeah, y'all ever get a chance, man, just all you have to do is type in this, the Destiny Mr. Girl live drama. See if he was into all of that. They have swingers clubs for all that stuff. Could have just joined one of those and had all the fun he wanted. Yeah, Jeanne, that I get that, but he likes. I don't know why, but he just liked being able to meet girls online. Because I don't ever. I know he used like Tinder and stuff like that, but it was just like he even met his wife online. So it's just one of those things, like, he could have went to swingers clubs, but it doesn't feel the same as having an open marriage, you know? The whole purpose of an open marriage is to sit there and go on dates with other people and then hook up with them and all that stuff. So a swingers club is just, you know, a trade-off for a night, but like an open marriage is basically like he can date multiple people and it's not a problem. And that's basically what was happening. And that's ultimately what caused his wife to leave him in the first place, is because she was having a relationship with another dude and then left to go see him, and then she never came back. And then they got divorced because of it. So, I mean, it's just what it is. But that's the life that he lives. Like, he never wants to be in a monogamous relationship. He's said that on stream so many times. It's like he wants to live his life messy for some reason. Like, he doesn't want to live his life normally. He has to have it messy. And it's like, okay. But it's like, if you're going to live your life messy, then have drama on your stream at least. That way we can enjoy it. Not just sit there and do the shit that you're doing now. And then every other thing that you're doing is behind the scenes. At least fucking let it be enjoyable. Because if all you're going to do is talk about Biden and you're going to talk about Trump and you're going to talk about the border and all this other shit, then it's like, bro, you're killing most of the people that came here and found you in the first place. Because a lot of people didn't find him because of his political stuff. People knew he was a political, like, streamer and stuff like that, but most people would look at him from this drama and be like, hey, bro, we know what you can do. We watched you sit there and have these OnlyFans conversations and all this shit on stream with OnlyFans models and stuff like that. And now that shit's not happening anymore. So now we're just not going to watch. And that's just how it went. But yeah, if you ever want to watch peak content, this video itself, like, even if you don't want to watch all of it, like, these 3 videos right here are worth watching 100%. This video is long, but if you do this while you're at work or something like that and you listen to this shit, you'll find out. It's good. But yeah. I know probably none of you guys know who Nux Taku is. But he's probably one of the most prominent VTubers in the world, which is basically what I am. he's got a big following on like YouTube and stuff like that. But there was a guy that found out that he had an 18+ server on Discord that was allowing minors to go in there, and then those minors were getting groomed, and Nux was seeing it happen but wasn't doing anything to fix the problem. And the more I kept seeing it, the more it bothered me, because it's one of those things, like, as a VTuber, there's only so many people that you can get compared to in the space because it's a niche thing. So it's like, you have Nux, you have Iron Mouse, you have, like, there's like a handful of like higher up VTubers that people can claim that you're like. And when Nux did what he did, it basically painted the VTubing community with a broad brush, basically calling VTubers, and they've always called VTubers like pedos and stuff like that. But it's like, now with the shit that Nux did on his stream, now it just makes people think that it pushes that narrative even further. And it's like, well, you're ruining this shit for everybody. You're not just ruining it for you, you're ruining it for all of us. And I had this in mind because I was going to make a video on this, and I had the thumbnail made. So, I don't know if I'm still going to do it. I do want to do it. I just don't know if it's a good idea. I have it. I know I do, because I made it, and it's in this folder somewhere. Okay, where the hell is it? I'm gonna get frustrated if I can't find it, because then I'm gonna have to redo it. Oh, right here. Like, I made this because I was going to make a video on it. So I did this to do it. And I don't know. I still might do it. I don't know. But I'm going to have to dig a lot more into it for me to make a full-on script for this. But when all the drama initially came out, it kind of frustrated me. So, but yeah, let's check this out.
We're gonna go over a massive situation that was brought to light regarding a large YouTuber named Nuxtaku, who has over 2 million subscribers. Because another commentary YouTuber named Nick Andros recently posted a massive 1 hour.
This is what I'm talking about. This video right here, it was 1 hour and 20 minutes exposing like what he had going on in his Discord.
And 20-minute video that completely dives into a deeply concerning history surrounding Nuxtaku's private community and how he introduces a child audience to extremely inappropriate concepts at a young.
Like this. Like, this is the kind of shit that was going on in his Discord server that was supposed to be geared towards adults. Like, this is the shit that was happening.
Age. Now, to begin, we're going to look through exactly what was uncovered in this situation. So the first case we will cover revolves around a user that we will refer to as Red, who joined Nuxtaku's Patreon Discord server. And this server, known as the Nexus, was accessible to anyone who paid for example, the Billy tier, which only costs $1 per month.
And that's where everything fell apart. Is like, you have this,
now,
and it literally costs $1 to get into the Discord server. But yet, you're making people pay to get into a server that you're not even moderating and getting people that are getting minors out of it so that way y'all can have an okay time.
To anyone who paid for example, the Billy tier, which only costs $1 per month. Now, only a few minutes after joining in September 2018, Reddit made it known that they were all at this.
And like that, right there. That's how this whole thing started, 2018. And this shit was going on for a while. Like, and the thing that was great was that Nick Andros was able to get into this server and get every bit of this documented before bringing it up, because as soon as it got brought up, the whole thing got wiped. So it's like, okay, you know what you did. Like, that's shady.
Time. And a month later, in October, Red explicitly stated multiple times that they were 15 years old. So now we have established that there's a who appears to be under 18 in Nuxtaku's exclusive Discord server, which will be very important to take into consideration. Now this is where things take a very dark turn, because Red, who claimed to be 15 at this time, actively pushed for an adult channel, asking Nux directly where the NSFW room was, and stating seriously that they needed one. And Nux actually responded by asking if he should make one, which eventually led to the creation of a dedicated NSFW channel right upon the request. Now during this time, another individual in this situation, who goes by the name of Alan Weebus, was getting very close with Nuxtaku. Alan had a Twitter profile and a YouTube channel where he made a video titled Megalobox as a middle finger to seasonal modern anime. And Nux openly praised this video, telling Alan that he had the real ability to become a big anime YouTuber. Additionally, Nuxtaku even featured Alan in one of his videos where he would tell his fans about Alan and how they interact with them in their Patreon Discord server. But the way Alan Weebus behaved in the server was absolutely vile, especially towards Red. Alan sent messages begging Red to come back and openly stated that he wanted 15-year-old boys. And Red later recalled that on the very first day he joined the server, Alan spammed their direct messages with extreme adult content.
Yeah, like this shit, like sending them gore and dude, this is so insane to see what like minors get exposed to on a daily basis in like Discords and on Roblox and on all these platforms. It's insane to me that this shit is happening. And now, like, with me being a parent, I try to be like, me and my wife try to be so much more aware of like what they do online, because I see shit like this and it's like, well, if this is what's going on for that, I don't want to have them even be close to getting affiliated to the point where they can become a target.
And pictures of deceased bodies, and Red confirmed that these were literally graphic videos straight from the website LifeLeak. And Alan would constantly threaten Red, saying he was going to send images of deceased bodies again if they didn't stop. And Red admitted that they thought Alan was bluffing, but he actually did send pictures of deceased bodies as promised. And the disturbing content did not stop there, because Alan Weebus later posted an incredibly graphic image that revolves around a type of jigsaw puzzle, and it asked if they could put Uncle Ahmed back together because they reported his previous post. And the imagery shared in the server was so extreme that even Red said they were jumping out of a second floor window, and admitted that while he could handle pictures of men's private parts being you-know-what, a certain animated gif was too much even for him. But the lack of moderation from Nuxtaku was extremely glaring, because when users posted inappropriate content such as a woman, for example, Nuxtaku pivoted to talk about questions to ask another user all month long, instead of actually stepping in to handle the fact that there's an extremely dangerous individual exchanging very inappropriate and depraved content with him. And the situation reached a point of actual danger when Alan encouraged Red to even drop out of school. And when Red asked if they could do something to themselves with a kitchen knife, Alan literally encouraged them by saying, if you do it to yourself, you'll realize the pain is pretty whatever. And later on, Alan posted an extremely disturbing video that was quite literally gay adult material. And immediately, other users in the server panicked and told everyone not to watch it because it was that disgusting. And someone pinged Nuxtaku directly to tell him that Alan did something bad to remind him of what Alan sent. But Nux simply responded by saying, wow, didn't see that one coming. However, the gay adult video remained up in the Discord server while Nuxtaku took absolutely zero action against it. Now
That's crazy. Seriously? Like, corn gets put into a Discord server where you're not supposed to be in, where it's in the rules that you're not supposed to be doing that shit, and you don't do anything about it and you just leave it up? And you got people admitting that there are minors in that Discord server and you're leaving that up? Like, bro, you're fucking up on multiple levels.
To the second major part of the situation, we have
and
to
this is what's crazy. Over 1,000 videos, 2 million subscribers, 2 million. And this is the platform he's cultivated.
look at Nuxtaku's actual YouTube videos, because the channel was filled with incredibly questionable content aimed at large child audiences. He has uploaded videos heavily focused on adult Rule 34 artwork involving franchises whose demographic primarily consists of children. But the terrifying reality is found right in the comment sections of these adult-themed videos, because actual children were constantly leaving comments stating their young ages, and it's absolutely vile because there were even kids as young as being exposed to this content. And by the way, this is the exact same thing that was done by another massive YouTuber named Rith, who has over 4 million subscribers, where he acknowledged his child audience for inappropriate video suggestions.
Content. Dude, that's crazy.
And exposed the child audience to extremely inappropriate content that he left completely uncensored in his videos. And you can find out more about this situation in this video titled The End of Rith, linked down below. Now back on track, despite having a clearly massive young audience, Nuxtaku decided to run an extremely irresponsible contest on Twitter. He posted a tweet saying that he had a terrible but amazing idea where he offered a $1,000 prize to whoever could send him the most cursed adult terrible videos to a brand new email address he created. And when a user specifically asked if there was a limit to how horrible the content could be, Nux simply replied with no, which shows that anybody could send any sort of material without any limits. And he ultimately made a video about this contest featuring other creators such as Oompaville and Iron Mouse.
This is where things get crazy. You're talking about Oompaville and Iron Mouse are involved in this shit, and that he's shown them corn on videos with these guys in it. Speaker's voice sounds like he has a stuffed nose. Oh, jeez. But it's like, dude, it's crazy. Because you got these guys who are faceless YouTubers. And it's like, dude, you have a large following. And you're going to end up ruining this for everybody that wants to do this shit faceless. And it's like, I'm not going to stay faceless forever. I'm going to eventually, you know, be out there. And I mean, the only person that's seen who I am is Logix. And even at that, I don't know if he actually could guess which one I am. But he was the only one I was willing to show. But at this point, it's like, I'm going to eventually do a face reveal. It's just not in the cards for me at the moment. But like, when you got people like Iron Mouse, you got Nux, and then you have all these other guys that do this type of crazy shit, it ends up painting us all with a broad brush that we're somehow all weirdos.
Now keep in mind that there is absolutely no age restrictions or barriers to prevent any children from being lumped in with this content, and therefore, the consequences of asking an unverified audience for extreme content were brought into the table. Now, along with the fact that there's literal bondage and content being censored in emails,
I've never even pondered the thought that we could have and bondage all in one thing. That's amazing.
Oh my god.
it turns out that there was actual footage of a real child included in this contest, and this is what Oompaville described what the footage was.
And this is the shit that I don't understand. Like EDP all over again. In all reality, I think this is worse. Because EDP was just one person. But Nux, like, got all these other, like, massive creators involved in this shit. And they played along. For the views and for the clicks and for the likes, they played along. And it's like, dude, now these guys, 2 million, 1.5 million, 5 million, that's their sub counts. And it's like, dude, does nobody understand that these guys are watching Lolly, and these guys are watching stuff, and you're cultivating audiences that are sitting there and sending corn to children in your Discord servers. Like, it's insane.
I don't even know what that was. That was some kid just sent you a video of them and then shooting a dog with a Nerf gun.
And if you take this into consideration, with the fact that Nuxtaku never got any permission from the child's parents to publish this footage, you realize that this makes the situation so much worse. And in this series of these contests, Nuxtaku had included fully uncensored links on screen, which display deeply disturbing tags like bondage, collars, snuff, and additionally, there are also multiple instances in which Nuxtaku fails to hide the names of the people sending these emails. So not only did Nuxtaku solicit extremely degenerate content from an unverified audience that consists of children, and even included some weird content recorded by an actual child without their parents' permission, but he's literally showing the information uncensored for everyone to see. And finally, we have to look at Nuxtaku's official response to the situation, which happens to be snuck in about 20 minutes into a video about a completely different subject named Hassan Piker. In this clip, he addressed the situation by calling it the most disingenuous, slanderous campaign ever. He acknowledged that some people getting targeted in a Discord is awful and said he was really sorry if he contributed at all, but then immediately backtracked by saying he really did not contribute if we're being honest. Now when Nuxtaku was reacting to Nick Andrews' video on him, where he was confronted with the fact that Red openly declared themselves to be years old on day one, Nux simply claimed he did not know about it. And when the video pointed out that Red openly stated they were lying about their age, Nux deflected by focusing entirely on the fact that they lied.
On day one, they openly declared themselves to be years old.
I didn't know about this.
He can say he didn't know about this, but as the head moderator of this whole thing, he did know. And there were plenty of times where, and it's probably going to show, there's plenty of times where some of these minors were saying how old they were, and then 2 messages later in the same exact section of the Discord, he chimes in and says something. It's like, you can't say you didn't know because you were just in there typing and there are 2 messages behind you. Like, it's not a hard thing to comprehend.
They would later claim to be 15 multiple times, but as they
I didn't know about this.
openly stated,
See, and that's his only answer. I didn't know about this. And like, I don't know, man. It's like the people that just give short burst answers like that, it just shows just how disingenuous they are.
they were lying about their age. Red was
Oh, so they were lying about their age.
Now this is a desperate attempt for Nuxtaku to find any excuse to absolve himself of responsibility, especially given the fact that even if they lied about their age, Red could have still been under the age of 18 regardless, especially since they were participating in school during this time. Last thing we'll cover is that Nux claims that his Patreon Discord server is restricted to users over the age of 18. However, another YouTuber named Cam Nug has debunked this by literally logging out of Patreon and visiting Nuxtaku's page to show that there's absolutely no age warning whatsoever, and he demonstrated that anyone regardless of age can easily sign up, give him $1, and instantly join a Discord server with no problems at all.
As you can see, I've literally logged out of Patreon just to kind of test this out. When I click on his page, I'm not given an 18 plus warning, right? I'm literally just on his page now. I can join, I can like sign up, I can give him $1 and I'd be able to join that Discord, no problem. I click on her page, I'm going to get an 18 years or older pop-up. Again, this doesn't pop up when you try to look at Nuxtaku's Patreon.
So all in all, this situation entirely exposes the fact that the platform and Nuxtaku himself are completely failing to protect younger audiences from behavior and deeply inappropriate content. And it is incredibly frustrating to see massive YouTubers like this guy brush off their responsibility when all of the evidence clearly shows a pattern of negligence and enabling harmful communities.
And that's what's crazy too, is him having that big of a platform and for him to be doing the shit that he's doing is so insane.
And as long as these creators refuse to implement basic safeguards like actual age verification walls and proper moderation teams, the internet is only going to remain a dangerous place for younger individuals on the platform. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.
Alright. It's late, and I'm tired, and I'm close to passing out. So, I think we're gonna call it there, guys. It's been fun. I'm wore out and I still have to work tomorrow. So I've gotta get some sleep. I appreciate it, Jeanne, and I appreciate you sticking through it even though you're not feeling well. I appreciate you staying here. I wish... Perfect timing, my meds are kicking in. Oh, okay. well, then it works out perfectly, you know? I appreciate y'all for hanging out. Next weekend is going to go back to normal, so you don't have to worry about that. I've just been so worn down from today. I was just nowhere near in the mood to play a game. So, but next weekend we will go back to our regularly scheduled retro weekend as it is. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Like the stream. If you guys have been watching and you're not subbed, subscribe. I mean, do whatever you gotta do, but it was nice. Oh, I am gonna be gentle on myself, Johnny. I got no choice. Because if not, my body will just shut me down and I'll be passed out on my desk. So, it is what it is. Yeah, wait. But yeah. It does mean a lot that you guys hung out. Even though I was late by like 2 hours. Johnny said take care. Bye. The wife said bye. And I've got a couple of videos in the works. I'm gonna spend Monday and Tuesday getting them recorded. And then they'll be up Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday I'll be right back to playing Pokemon. So. Alright, guys. Have a good night. And I'll see y'all later. Beam, we'll all play Jackbox together. I'll let you know. If you're in my Discord, I'll let you know in the Discord server. We'll all get together, we'll all play Jackbox, I promise. We'll do it, I swear. So yeah, we need to coordinate that. We'll do it in the Discord.